Alright, welcome to day 47 of our journey to Platinum here in Elden Ring. Yesterday I wrapped up everything in this lower portion. We went into the Carrion Study Hall, and I had already grabbed the River Well the day before. We haven't actually gone through the River Well yet, but I at least have the grace down there. And then we made it all the way down to the eastern lakeshore. So today what I think I'm going to do is probably explore this section here, head up and work on this. I think this is the Communion Church or something like that. So we're going to kind of work our way through some of this stuff at the within the eastern Tableland today. And so as always, just a reminder, the whole goal of this series is that we are going extremely and obsessively thorough through the game, to the point of checking in wooded areas like this, essentially checking every single bush, seeing if there's any crafting materials inside, and the goal is to basically finish the game knowing that every single area has been checked with a fine-tooth comb, including picking up crafting materials. Not because it's really necessary, it's not, all the crafting materials aren't needed, but it's I don't know, it kind of makes it interesting. Kind of makes it so that we're really going 100%, like to the most extreme extent that I can really think of. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on here. And so now we're gonna go extreme 100% through this area. So this stuff, everything down here was done yesterday. So I'm just kind of at least going along these outskirts a little bit to start out with today, and then I'll kind of work my way into the center. And if you've been watching along through the series, that's kind of how I try to break it up in my head a lot of times, is if I sort of go along the outskirts and stuff and get an idea of if there's any materials and stuff along the edges, then I can kind of move my way in towards the middle a bit more. It seems to help me break things up so that I don't miss things. This area should be relatively easy to get 100% completion on, though, just in this like eastern Tableland section, because a lot of this is super open. Now once we get up that way, like you can see all of these like cliff type things, and that's going to be all of this stuff right around here. That gets a little bit tricky because there's a lot of twists and turns, and it's almost sort of maze like. So that I think could be a little bit more tricky to check super thoroughly. Because I know I'm going to do the thing where I go, all right, well, I feel like I've checked this, but this doesn't quite look familiar. I don't know. Like, so it's going to be a whole thing once we get up there. So I'm going to try to get through this more open section kind of fast and try to wrap a decent amount of this today. So everything over along here is good. I'm gonna kill these fire slugs real fast. I don't know what they're actually called. But this is one of those spots that you could kind of just reload the area and run back over here and grab a whole bunch of smoldering butterflies. Even though there's only 4 there, and I think there's some sections throughout the game where you could get more in one of these fields with the fire slugs. You get more smoldering butterflies all at once. Oh, and there's more fire slugs over there, so I'll probably get some there too. And the reason that I'm saying specifically the butterflies is because I feel like I was saying yesterday, I've been kind of low on them in general, so whenever I get the chance to pick up a decent amount of them, I like to do that. I like to make sure that I pick them up and have them available for the next time I need them. So let's move into this camp, I guess. Or not move in. I don't intend to live here, just so you know. I need to use precision of language here. I don't intend to live here, but I'm going to move in just for the time being, for the next 2 minutes or so. Slice everything up with my sword, and then we'll move back out. And, you know, saying that precision of language thing reminds me of, I don't know, so there's this, I think it's originally a book called The Giver. And I've never read the book before, but the movie was actually really good. I highly recommend it. I think it's not a perfect movie, but in general, I really enjoyed it. And I think part of the reason I enjoy it is because of the fact that it's a really... Ooh, Briars of Sin. Whoa, hang on a second. What is that? Hang on. That's got to be this, right? An aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Wounds the caster with thorns of sin, creating a spiral of blood thorns. The sorcery can be cast repeatedly up to 3 times. Why do you get that from just like a random guy? It seems weird that seemed to be just a random dude standing here, so it's a random lady, maybe, I don't know. It seems to me, it seems kind of weird that you just get that there. I figured that would be on maybe like a stronger enemy or in a chest or something. I don't know, that's weird. But yeah, regardless, what I was saying is I've never read The Giver before, but I really enjoyed the movie. I think part of the reason I like it so much is because of the fact that it's not raunchy or anything. Like, it's something you could literally just watch with your family, and you're not gonna be concerned about anything that people shouldn't be seeing or whatever. Like, you can watch it with your siblings and stuff, and yet it's got like a cool story, and I don't know, I like it. Wait, so alright, so yeah, so all of this stuff over towards the edge has been collected. Oh yeah, but yeah, all that came from what I was saying, the fact that the precision of language thing comes from that. I remember hearing that in that movie. So anyway, there's a long tangent there, all about the Giver while we explore all these edges. Okay, so all this stuff surrounding this is good. All the way over to here is good. Wait, and then down in this spot, did I check? No, I didn't. Look, there's crafting materials right there. What do you know about that? So this gives us a view right over top of this forest that I still haven't gone through. There's some poison stuff going on down there, unless someone's got really, really bad gas. I guess we'll find out when we go down there in a few days. So then everything along this edge should be good. And in a second here, I'm going to actually move my way into this camp, like I was going to a second ago. But then I got distracted because I figured I might as well check everything around the camp before going inside. I think that will help make my life a bit easier once I'm done in there. All right, I think all of this looks good. So let's head into the camp and check out what they got going on in here. I'm just gonna boop you a bunch of times. You're not even gonna get a chance to hit me. Ooh, Fire Monk armor. I want to check that out in a second, see if that's something worth wearing. Oh yeah, and actually, I got that like Leyendell armor. Was it last episode? Or no, maybe it was 2 episodes ago. And I never like put on the talisman so that I could carry more and actually try out the Leyendell armor. Flame Cleanse Me! Oh my goodness. I have been waiting to get that for so long. Okay, hang on. Let me look at this to see if it still does what I think it does. Or not that it would have changed, so not that it still does, but I may have forgotten. One of the incantations of the Fire Monks creates a fire within that burns away toxins, alleviates poison and scarlet rot buildup, and cures these ailments. That is awesome. Poison and scarlet rot buildup. Okay. That's what I thought it did, and I have been waiting to find that for so long. And then here was the thing that I wanted to do. So let me put this on. That's what it's called, the Arsenal Charm. And then let's see, what about... Ooh, so that's actually really good. 10.6, that's... Oh, wait, that doesn't actually weigh that much more. So 14 versus 12.9. The only thing that goes down is Pierce and Magic. 12.4. Magic is 10.9. Yeah, it's not that bad. So let me put that on, but then let me compare it to this. So this isn't as good with a couple of things. Oh, it's got more poise, though. So 24 versus 22. I feel like I want more... I think I like this one better in terms of the stats that it's going to give me. Yeah, I think I like that one better. It does give... This gives a little less poise, but I also like the look of it better. Like, look at how cool that is. Oh, and I've never noticed that the Fire Monk armor even has, like, the Fire Giant face on the chest. That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stick with this. I like that a lot. I really like the look of it, and, I mean, it does give, even though it's not amazing, it does give decent... or like really good defense and stuff, because especially compared to what I was wearing. So I like that a lot, and I really, really like the look of it. I've never worn this one before. Ooh, 8 smoldering butterflies. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm happy to have all of those since I've been complaining about smoldering butterflies recently. Is there anything else in here that I am currently missing? Look, I'm matchers with this guy. How cool is that? We could literally be twins, have a picnic together. Is that what... That's not what twins do. I don't necessarily think that twins just have picnics together. I think that there's a little more to it than that. Alright, so yeah, I think this whole camp is done. Everything on this side is done. Everything kind of up this way is good. Let me run to the other side of this real fast, though, because I think this whole... Yeah, I think this whole section over here is good too, but I just want to check a couple things real fast. Stake America here. I think I went through all of these bushes. Because this is where this path is. So I'm not really going to go past this path right now, because I want to go up this way first. And this leads into all the woods there that will then eventually lead up to that whole, like, maze-type section that I was talking about. Okay, so then... mushrooms, decent amount of mushrooms under here, and there's more fire monks patrolling. What's up, guys? How are you doing this fine afternoon? And there's also the fire chariot up here. That's gonna be the first fire chariot I think that I've actually encountered in this playthrough. And I think I remember. Oh yeah, no, I remember how to combat those, because you've got like the little man in the back of the chariot that's controlling it. And so you go and you kill the little man, and then the chariot disappears. Or the chariot isn't drivable anymore, or whatever. Alright, and one of these fire monks dropped something. Let me see. Let me see what you got on you. Ooh, another smoldering butterfly. This is a good spot to farm those, for sure. Alright, hello. I'm just going to hit you a couple times real fast. Teeny little man. Man, at first, I was thinking that damage that I was doing to the chariot itself was my damage to the guy, and I was going to say, wow, like, you do no damage. Oh, crap, that's right, it does the spinny thing. Crap. I need to be off of my mount for this. Yeah, that's much easier when you're not on torrent. That's kind of crazy, though, that you get 1,200. It's like 1,270 runes for taking that thing down, and I feel like those things are relatively easy. But I'll take it. I mean, a good chunk of runes, I'll never say no to. All right, so all of those are gone. Everything over there is checked. This little island of stuff, though, I haven't really checked here. I'm just going to run around this real fast. I'm telling you, thoroughness. I'm serious about that thoroughness. And, okay, so we got to go up that way. Like I said, that way I think leads up to, I think it's called the Church of Communion or Communion Church or something like that. And I think you encounter the big turtle NPC up there. He's like a turtle priest. But there's also, so there's this whole section over here too, so I don't know if this leads to something. It looks like it leads to something maybe behind the mountain. So I wonder if there's items back there or a cave or something, so I'm going to work my way over there first. And then we'll head up to Turtle Priest. Mr. Turtle Priest. I don't know, so I've never really utilized the turtle guy for anything, I don't think, because I think what he does is, I think he's there so that you can have your sins forgiven, but I don't know what that entails. Like, I don't know what's counted as a sin, and, oh, you know what, maybe it's when you kill an NPC or something. Maybe it's when you kill another, like, human or something, or a tarnished, I don't know. But yeah, I think that you basically, up at Church of Communion, you have your sins forgiven, and I've never done that, so I don't really know how the mechanic works, what the purpose behind it is, but it's still fun talking to the turtle priest. I mean, he's a big dude, and I bet you if you killed him, he would certainly give a lot of meat. You would eat for days if you killed the big turtle priest up here. So we'll go chat with him in a second. Like I said, I want to check all of this back here first, because I seem to recall that this leads to something. It might just be items back here, though. It might not be anything special. Yeah, it's just, okay. Just a Trina's Lily. It's always kind of funny to me when you run through a whole section like that, and you're thinking, okay, like there's a path going on here, and I'm going a ways, and then you just get a Trina's Lily. Oh yeah, there's a, wait, so right over, I don't think we can quite see it. I think past that bridge, or maybe it's not past the bridge, maybe it's like right here. I think there's another wandering mausoleum. So that'll only be the second wandering mausoleum that we've encountered so far in this playthrough, because the other one that I've encountered was down on the Weeping Peninsula. Oh, there's a whole crystal section down there. I haven't been to any of that yet, because that's on this like eastern side of the gatefront town, eastern side of Raya Lucaria. So I haven't done any of that water portion yet. Okay, so everything up this way. Oop, there was still a mushroom there that I had missed. No mushroom left behind. So all that should be good. What about, I think, yeah, that whole little section down there I checked. So I guess now I'm going to head up towards the church. See what we got up there. Well, see what we got up there besides Turtle Priest. Because I remember him vividly. Very vividly. And so isn't this is like almost a little just raised up portion, and then maybe I can take the path down this way, but then I'm still gonna have to go through all these woods. And when I say all these, I mean it's not that there's not a ton of woods here, but it's kind of dense, so I want to give that a few minutes to really go through it thoroughly. But first, like I said, I want to do this whole upper portion, talk to Turtle Priest, and then we can probably go do that forest section, and then I can take the path down the back here, which then leads into all that stuff that I was saying is super, super dense. I think it's sort of maze-like that might take some time to get through. But we're making good time right now. I feel like getting through a decent section of landscape already. So I feel good. I feel very nice. It's all very nice. Oh my goodness, I can't seem to... Crap. I was trying to swing and hit those guys before they could blow their trumpets. Or their horns. Didn't work, and I don't think... What do they even blow it for? I think everything that's around here is literally in their little brigade. So I don't really know who they're alerting. It's like they're just blowing it in the air and alerting their aristocrats or their nobles that are literally standing right next to them, just in case they didn't see with their own two eyeballs that there was a future Elden Lord running through their midst. I don't know how you could miss that, but he blew the horn, so clearly he thought someone missed it. So this here, though, this hits kind of an edge which overlooks the forest. So I'm going to check everything that hits this edge. What was that? I swear I just heard something. I think there's some bears down in here. I think there actually might be... Down in this area, there might be another rune bear, possibly. Yeah, so like I said, I'm trying to get all the way to maybe like where this path stops, and then I'll check all this up here. And then once I actually go up to the church, then we can check everything. Then we can check everything after the path and kind of go into there. But like I said, I've got to not forget to go through those woods over on the side. Something else that I remembered that I've kind of continuously forgot the past couple of episodes is I still need to go back to the Bestial Sanctum and talk to Garunk and give him the Death Root. Because I think I only have one Death Root on me right now. But I want to go do that because the more Death Root I give him, the closer I get to the items that he has available. So, I feel like, sorry, I've checked, I feel like I've circled right here multiple times because I keep feeling like I'm overlooking something. But I think we're good. Look at all the glowing skulls around. So many glowing skulls in this Eastern Tableland. You know what they say about Eastern Tablelands? Probably not much of anything, but I'm sure that they say Something about glowing skulls being in Eastern Tablelands. But I could be mistaken about that. I've never visited the Eastern Tablelands before. Oh yeah, these guys. So those are, I think those are the ancestral followers that you encounter down in Siofra, but they're just not like blue, like they are in Siofra. So I think those guys should be relatively easy to take on. Oh shoot, I knew that might be coming. Crap. I didn't know he could hit me from that far though. Where did he even shoot from? Oh, you know what? There's one, like, I forgot. There's one that's up on the hill. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to go that way quite yet. Like I said, I want to check everything over this way first. But when I do go that way, I've got to be real cautious, because if I get hit a couple of times and I'm not paying attention to my health, and I get hit by that, like, I could be screwed, because that hurts a good bit. And it's like they've got aimbot. I swear, it's so difficult to not get hit by those arrows. What is this? Okay, so this, I think, leads over to a dead end that's sort of overlooking everything over there with those ancestral followers. Let me see if I can see the guy with the bow from right here. Here, oh, he just fired. I don't think I see him, though. Yeah, I don't think I see him. Okay. Alright, it's whatever. I can... I'll kill him when I go over there, but I was trying to see if I could get a gauge of if I could see him at all. And actually, if I were to drop... Okay, so if I were to drop there, yeah, just take me to the same level as where that path that I was on a second ago would take me to. So, we'll just take the path when the time comes. And I think this, the further up here we get, the more I should be able to overlook all that, so maybe I'll be able to see Mr. Sniper from up there instead. I guess we will see momentarily. And so this is another one of those areas that I've referenced. I haven't referenced this specifically throughout the playthrough, but I've just talked about areas like this where I have not been through this area in a very, very long time, like ever since my first playthrough, which was, I mean, I probably would have gone through this area maybe 2 years ago. So these are the areas that I'm having so much fun going through because I'm forgetting, like, I don't remember really anything about them besides, like, little tidbits of information. Like, obviously I mentioned things, like, I know that some of this stuff that we're headed towards is almost sort of maze-like, but I don't actually remember the ins and outs of it. And that's what makes it so much fun, because it feels like I'm replaying the game. Or not replaying the game, that's exactly what I'm doing, but I'm sort of playing through it blind a little bit again, which is so much fun. Man, this is a beefy guy. You're a beefy dude. I guess a beefy guy to protect a beefy priest inside the church. And you are dead, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, so let me quickly... I'm going to go grab this grace, and then I want to run up there, see what's up there real fast. I'm sure there's at least, like, items or something. So let's see. Is this the Church of Communion or... Oh, Church of Vows. That's what it is. Oh, there's some aristocrats walking along there. Let's go talk to... Let's actually go talk to Turtle Guy real fast before I do anything else. Church of Vows. Ooh, and there's a chest here. I will promptly open that up real fast. What you got for me? Ooh, the golden... Okay, so I got the gold sewing needle, golden tailoring tools. So I've got to give that to... I've got to give that to what's his face? Is he still back here? Bach. I've got to give those to Bach. And you know what? I'm just gonna go do that now while I'm thinking about it. I knew that eventually I was supposed to get those, but I didn't remember that that's where you collect those at. I'm gonna give those to him, and I can kind of progress his quest line. Figure whenever I have the chance to progress a quest line, I should just do it so I don't forget.
Bach the seamster, ready to make adjustments.
Wait, can I not actually... Oh, that's right, because I think I need to have him... Do I need to have him alter something first? I think that might be the way that I have to progress. Yeah, let me have him alter that. Okay.
Please do be...
Okay, so is he gonna say anything else though now that I... No, okay, let me progress time real fast. Let me see. Because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to give him, is the gold sewing needle, but I'm thinking back now to when I was reading like all the NPC info. I'm wondering if there was something else I had to do first. Like I had to have him
The scene ready to make adjustments.
do something. Alter. Yeah, so I altered that. So that's regular, but then what if I do this again? So now it's altered. So he's altered it for me.
Oh, please.
Oh, you know what? It might be boss armor. That's right. I think I have to have him alter boss armor.
Please.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe I can't actually do anything with that right now. So I just need to remember that he's there. I've got the gold sewing needle, and then I might just need to look up again exactly what to do, because it's making me think that maybe he has to do boss armor because it like makes him feel special or something, that it's like a higher class of tailoring, I guess.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows? Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Oh man, he's got a lot of stuff to talk about. So this creates sigil that forms a projectile glint blade after delay, and then this is the Carrion Greatsword. That costs 10,000. Holy crap. And I also don't have nearly the intelligence to wield that right now. So I don't think I care about either of these at the moment. Oh, he can also do incantations, though. Grants blessing to self and nearby allies. Blessings, boon. I don't want to give him the Dragon Cult prayer book. I want to continue to give all of my prayer books to Corin, I think, in the Round Table Hold. Let's hear about Radagon, though.
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon. Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian Queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erd Tree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Wait, so will he... So, with all... He's got so many options. So, study sorcery, I don't need anything there. I don't need incantations. Don't need to give a prayer book. Is he going to say the same thing about Radagon again, though?
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erd Tree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Okay, and then let's hear about Renala.
You wish to know more of Lady Renala?
Yes.
She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her. And then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library. In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire.
Okay, so is there still?
It's said that Lord Radagon harbored
So he harbored a secret.
Sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once when he glimpsed the and as such, it's said the great
Okay, so I think from what I remember, he keeps that dialogue for a long time. So, all right, I think I'm good here. Cool. So he's got a lot of useful lore information. I feel like there's certain spots you hit in the game where it's just like a mess of lore is just sort of dumped on you all at once. And I am going to pass time real fast. I want to walk back in and talk to him and see if any of his dialogue options change just while I'm still here. But yeah, I feel like you get a lot of lore through item descriptions and stuff like that, and you talk to certain NPCs, but I feel like some NPCs, they just have so much direct stuff that directly applies to the lore. Okay, let's... Yeah, okay. So he just keeps talking about that. Cool. Alright, so everything with him is good. So this then is where you actually atone. You don't need absolution. And so I forgot that it actually will tell you, like, it won't let you do anything, I believe, if you don't actually need forgiveness. So I feel like I came over here a few times during my original playthrough and tried it just to see, like, okay, have I done anything now that, like, is in need of forgiveness or something like that? And I don't think I ever figured anything out. So I need to read about that a bit more, see if there's anything useful. I really like the design as well, though, of this church, because this is one of the bigger churches, or one of the bigger, like, abandoned churches, I would say, in the game. And I feel like a lot of the ones that you encounter are just those little tiny ones, like the Church of LA. And I like that this one's, it's a little bigger and more thoughtfully designed. But I guess, you know, if you're going to have a priest the size of an ancient giant turtle, then you're going to need a relatively large church to house him. So it's probably for the best. So let's see what I've gone through. I went through this stuff down here. So like I said, I still want to finish up this stuff, like this upper portion of stuff here. And I feel like there's got to be some stuff lying around, because this is sort of a big area to not have anything. And let's just kill some nobles real fast, some aristocrats. And I also, so I need to make sure that when I get to a point where I can level, I actually do it instead of running around and ending up losing a lot. Because I got 16k on me right now, and that's pretty good. Great Violet ×1. Man, I feel like my frames are dropping a little bit. I was kind of noticing that yesterday too, and it doesn't seem like the recording is catching any frame drops. Seems like it's mostly my TV. Oh my goodness. You guys. Right, let me see if I can just pass on by this guy and boop him off the ground. Got him. Okay, cool. Got him as well. Now it's just big guy hanging out back here. And those things, crap, I always forget those things explode. So it's like, even if it doesn't make it to you, it can still explode when it's sitting next to you. Or it can do that. That works too. Okay, so that's done. And then, let me see if this hits, I think this should hit the edge of this. Oh, there's a grace over there. Oh, can they shoot me from down there? Holy crap. They see you from, like, everywhere. So that, though, shows that those are probably the ones that were shooting me when I was down there. So now I kind of know where they're shooting from, and I can probably come up from behind them, though. So it might be a good idea to approach it by heading up through that forest area that I skipped over. Holy crap, what? How did that even hit me? But yeah, probably coming up through that forest area is going to be my best bet, because then I can sneak attack the bow guys, kill them, and then continue exploring that area over there. Because I think coming at it from the front is ultimately just not going to be the wisest decision. Even though coming at it from behind is somewhat the coward's way out, but I think it's also the smart way out. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And I swear, what do I keep hearing? I'm still hearing rumbling, and I don't know if that's them charging their bows, because I feel like that's usually the sound that you hear, is like a rumbling sound as they charge it. But yeah, that's gotta be... Oh no, wait, actually, is it the mausoleum? Oh yeah, because there's one over there. Oh, that's right. There's multiple mausoleums, because this is like Mausoleum Ward or something like that. So okay, that's all I'm hearing. Charles, did you have a bad dream? He woke up out of just like a dead sleep, barking. So I wonder if he was dreaming about something. I think he's still barking a little bit at the window behind me. Okay, so that stuff's good. I think that all of this leading over here... Oh, there's still actually some Roa fruit right there. Don't mind if I do, because, like I've said before, what if a couple of pieces of Roa fruit end up being the difference between life and death? Especially for Torrent, because he sure does like his Roa fruit. This is a big, like, upper section, though, I feel like. And that's why I want to check it thoroughly, even though it feels very open. Like, there's not going to be that much here. But since it's so large, I feel the need to at least run through all of it. And yeah, I had totally forgotten that this was, like, Mausoleum Central here. And that there's multiple mausoleums in this general area. Because I can't remember what the area is actually called. I mean, because it's... You've got Tombs Ward on Weeping Peninsula. Excuse me. And I don't know if it's called Tombs Ward because of the Wandering Mausoleum there, but I'm pretty sure that this area here is called, like Mausoleum Grounds or something. I don't know. There's no way it's called Mausoleum Grounds. I'm making stuff up, but it's something related to those, I think. Ooh, and up here, we're going to get a really good view of Raya Lucaria. So let's take a look at this here. Yeah, this has got to be the best view. I mean, besides maybe over there, this is probably the best view of Raya Lucaria. So you've got so down there's the Academy Gate front town, which I haven't gone through yet. Then there's this whole bridge that leads up to, I think that's like the rear entrance. I can't get into that rear entrance right now either, though, because I would also need a... Oh, wait, actually... Is that where the gate is, or is there a gate down there? You might not even be able to get onto the bridge. I don't remember. But that gives you a really cool view of Raya Lucaria. I like that a lot. Look, there's a glowing skull right here. Don't mind if I do. I will promptly take the glowing skull. And there's a ton of tarnished golden sunflowers. How do I keep missing them as I'm running through here? I feel like I ran through that same spot like 3 times and still didn't pick them all up. So I'm going to keep wrapping through here. I want to wrap around sort of, again, to the edge of this upper area. Check everything out. And I also want to check behind the church. See what's back there real fast. See if there's anything that Big Turtle Man is possibly hiding. Maybe his contraband sorceries, if you know what I'm saying? Maybe some contraband sorceries, maybe some contraband incantations. You never know. He seems like a nice guy, though. He seems like just a sweet, old, wise tortoise. And I guess that's more what he is. He's not really a turtle. He's a tortoise. Give him the respect he deserves. Seriously, though, this area up here just feels really big for not having all that much in it. I mean, it's almost like this is just a whole section just for this church. Even though you've got all this land to play with, and there's not much here. Here's another graveyard, though. I imagine some more of those who live in death are going to spawn out here, or am I sorely mistaken? Oh, you know what? Actually, what is his name? I feel like while I'm sitting here, so that I don't always just refer to him as Tortoise Man. Muriel, that's what it was. Muriel, Pastor of Vows. You know, Muriel reminds me of I think it's Muriel. Or is it also Muriel? I don't know. Muriel or Muriel from the old Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episodes, like way back in the day. That was the stuff, like that shows the sort of generation that I grew up in, because Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was like a huge thing when I was a kid. Not Sweet Life on Deck. That was past my time, and I didn't think Sweet Life on Deck turned out to be very good. But Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, that was a solid show. And there were some other good shows on around that time, and ooh, there is stolen contraband back here, or hidden contraband. Stormhawk feathers ×5. There's no way. Okay, Muriel has got to be hiding more than just Stormhawk feathers. I know he's kind of a freaky dude. He's got to have some more stuff hanging around here than just feathers. But yeah, I feel like around that time, and I think I'm biased just because it's the generation that I was growing up in. I feel like no matter what, you're always sort of biased to the time when you're sort of most young and impressionable and your brain's squishy and things like that. Just things seem cooler and just like that was the best version of things. Because when I look at a lot of Disney shows and stuff like that now, I just look and go, man, they all just seem like trash. Like literally they all legitimately seem like they suck. But I just remember some really good Disney shows from when I was a kid. I remember Even Stevens. That was a really good one. And that was even a bit before Sweet Life, Zack and Cody. That's So Raven was a good one. I loved Kim Possible as a kid. Wait, is this... So there's a way back in from here, but I don't need to go back in. Yeah, so there were some good Disney shows back then, and sadly they have totally lost all right in my head of saying that they have good shows, because they're just not good anymore. Pretty much top 10 trash, if you ask me. And I think isn't there a new like season or a reboot of Phineas and Ferb coming? Because that would be kind of cool, but I have a feeling it's probably going to suck, because I feel like that's just kind of what happens if you try to reboot a show that was as good as that and do it again. I feel like it usually doesn't turn out great. Oh yeah, okay, so that guy respawns. I've still got some of this stuff over here I want to run through, though. I ran through all of that over there. This right here leads to the edge. Let me just see if there's anything hanging out. There's a glowing skull here. There's also some Roa fruit. And then, so then I'll wrap back over to where that guy just spawned, kill him again, and I should be pretty much done with this section over here. By the way, so a couple episodes ago, when I grabbed the Ainsel River well, I was talking to my brother earlier today, and I told him he's never played Elden Ring before, and I told him about how you've got that area, you've got Ainsel, and I was like, Ainsel just sounds weird, and without me even saying anything about it, I heard him say something about, he was like, yeah, it sounds way too close to anal, and that's the same thing I said the other day. It literally sounds like, when I say Ainsel, it sounds like I'm sort of slurring my words and trying to say anal. So I think that's why I don't like the name Ainsel for the river well. I think that it just sounds ridiculous. It's the anal river well. And he even, it was pretty funny. Afterwards, he was like, when I was like, yeah, dude, I think the same thing. It sounds just like, it makes me think of anal. He was like, and then when I told him that was the anal river well, he was like, oh man, yeah, that's when you eat some expired food. And that tickled me. I thought that was funny. Because he's only 14, so when he comes up with like a joke that I'm like, wow, that was pretty smart. I always got to give him props. Okay, don't do that again, please. There we go. All right. So then let me run down over to this little It's a little lore section here. Let's read what this has to say. What you gotta say? Oh, this side. The Second Liurnian War. No victory for the Golden, nor for the Moon. No prize but atonement. The birth of a vow. Interesting. So that must be... So I guess that's some lore surrounding how the Church of Vows came to be then. I don't know if because of the war that was going on, if instead of a clear winner coming out of it, they at least were trying to find a way to gain forgiveness for their sins or something. I don't know. That's all speculation. I'm sure that someone like super duper understands the lore surrounding all that. But that would be another interesting thing to watch a lore video on and better understand is sort of how Muriel ties into everything, and hearing about Radagon as well as Renala and everything related to them is, I think that's super cool, because it really, like I said, that's a huge lore drop and gives you a bunch of background into the game and just where things are at within the Lands Between and kind of what happened getting everything here. Okay, so all of this should be good now. Did I check? Yeah, because I checked this because that leads to where those shooty guys can hit me. Okay, so then all of this stuff should be done. So I'm going to let's go back down and I guess go through these woods. How am I doing on time? Still kind of okay on time. I'm definitely getting close here to when I need to wrap. But before I do, I kind of want to go clear out these trees, just so that we can say that all this stuff over here within like this general vicinity is just done. And I'd like to get over to where the next grace is, because I think, like we saw from above, I think the next grace is back behind where the bow and arrow guys are. So if I can get back behind them, that'll set me up real well for tomorrow's episode, because it'll be easy to just be like... Just come up behind them, backstab them, bang, bang, boom. Give them a little 1-2 punch, and then I can deal with the other guys once I don't have snipers in the trees anymore. Or not even the trees. There's not really trees over there. I guess snipers in the rocks, because they're just hiding out inside the rocks. There is some root resin here. Like I said, I'm fairly positive that there's a bear over here. I don't, like, in these woods. I don't know if it's a rune bear or if it's one of the small ones. If it's one of the small ones, it's just kind of whatever, like easy peasy. But if it's a rune bear, we could have a little bit of a larger problem on our hands. But like I was saying the other day, last time I fought a rune bear, I feel like I'm at a spot now where I don't feel nearly as on edge when I fight them. I feel like I have a good idea of their attack patterns and stuff like that. So it's not really that big of a deal. And this is dense. I've been like, the reason I'm sort of walking back and forth is because I'm kind of going back and trying to see what I may have missed. Because it seems like there's stuff along the edges here. There's stuff in the middle. And I don't want to miss anything. Got to check absolutely everything. And this goes really far back. Where is this taking me to? Yeah, so I might not make it to the next grace then. Oh, okay, so let me see how much damage I do to these guys. Okay, that's not bad. So that's 3 hits. So is there a sniper? Where am I? I'm hearing a sniper. Oh, never mind. Frick, I'm hearing the Wandering Mausoleum again. Old Palace Ruins. So this is not called... I could have sworn that this was called something related to mausoleums. But I guess not. And what was that? Where is he shooting from? I would just really like to find this... Oh, he's shooting from... Crap. I was trying to find the next grace, but... I don't know if I have to run past them to get to the next grace or what. So let's just wrap up these woods. And then I can worry about all that. And is he still shooting at me? There's no way he can see me. Like, there's no chance that he can see me right now. And this arrow is just promptly stuck in my bosom. And it does not feel good. Oh, there it went. Disappeared. It's like stitches. It's like the self-dissolving stitches. The they'll shoot you right in your bosom, and then you just have to wait for it to dissolve. Your boob kind of like sucks in all of the nutrients from the arrow. That's a little extra piece of lore for you about how boobs work in Elden Ring. You won't find that type of information in any of Vati's videos. I'll tell you that for sure, or any of the lore YouTubers. They're not going to talk about that part. That's sort of a secret aspect of the lore of breastises in Elden Ring. Is there anything? Maybe there's not a bear in here. Oh, okay, so it is just a small bear, I guess. So there's a couple of small bears, but I guess that's pretty much it. So that's simple enough. And then I think so everything along this edge I would say is good. And then I must have not, yeah, there's still a couple things here. I was going to say I must have not checked right here since the bears were just sort of hiding out. I would have totally encountered them if I had walked through this section before. This stuff up here, though, I think is good. Oh, yeah, but there's still stuff I'm collecting. Like, look at how dense all this is. I just feel like I'm going to miss something. I feel like there's going to be items, and I'm going to regret it forever. I'm going to be on my deathbed going, man, I can't believe I didn't pick up that Roa. That one day, on day 47 of the Elden Ring Journey to Platinum, I didn't pick up the Roa and, like, can't even believe it. And I'll be on my deathbed just full of regret. So, that's why we gotta check. Thoroughness is key. Thoroughness is key, or else you might go to your deathbed just thinking about the items that you missed. What a fate. I thought that was a tower over there for a second. I was like, I've already been over there. How did I miss that tower? It's just a rock. It's just a big rock. Alright, so I'm going to work my way up this side of the path now, real fast, because I've pretty much worked my way down the other side. And I just want to kind of fly through this. Again, it's just so dense that I feel like there's probably a decent amount of crafting materials in here, and I don't want to miss any of them. Not that it really matters, but most of the time in my mind, it's like, if I'm missing crafting materials, then that means I could potentially be missing other items too, I think is what I'm always thinking. Is it's like, alright, if I didn't run through an area and grab certain crafting materials, then that could just as easily mean that there's, like, a good item sitting near it on a corpse or something, and I just overlooked it. So, that's part of the thought process there, just a little insight for you into my noggin. Ooh, and I'm picking up some gold-tinged excrement. Always a pleasure to have that. Makes my backpack smell really good. Ooh, and there's another glowing skull over here. And I think, so that's got to be just about it. Well, I'm almost to the top, I guess. And then I don't know if there's any caves in this area. Like, as I go through this like section where it's like a maze, I don't know if there's any caves. And the reason that I say that right now is because I know that we're about to hit a section where, again, it's sort of like a maze in there. And I'm kind of trying to remember if there's any actual, like, stop-offs where there's caves, or if it's basically just a couple of graces throughout the area. And then you move on. So I guess we'll see. Ooh, that could have been bad. Almost walking off the edge there. Alright, so over in this corner we're good. So that was a pretty thorough check of the woods. I think that I probably have everything in there that my heart could possibly desire. Because, see, look, you can, like, barely see through it, because there's so much to it right there. Okay, so, yeah, I really want to find this grace before I wrap up for today. I just really don't want to get hit by a sniper in the process. So let me go. I think like I said, there's a couple of graces throughout here. And I don't know where exactly they sit. So this leads me up towards the Erd Tree. I don't really want to go towards the Erd Tree right now. I seem to recall that there's a grace maybe in... maybe it's up there? Yeah, I feel like it's up there. So how do I get up there? This is all stuff we're gonna have to come back and explore thoroughly. Don't you worry your pretty little head. I will come back and check. But right now I'd like to find this grace. Okay, wait. This leads me to the upper. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I think the grace is right here. Or not? The heck? Oh, there's a Trina's Lily here, though. Don't mind if I do. And maybe, though, I know that I know that there's one right around here. It's so close I can smell it. And I can also still hear the Wandering Mausoleum. And it keeps psyching me out. I literally keep thinking that it's one of the guys drawing back their bow. So it doesn't look like there's a grace down in here necessarily. But then I wonder... Oh, I see guidance. I see guidance of grace. So where is this in relation to everything else? So this is... Oh, so it's pretty much just at the end of the forest, just up above. Let me see if I can get an idea of exactly where this is, if I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, so that was... This is right down where I just was, I guess. Right down there. So that makes sense. I'm going to rest so that he will stop it with all that nonsense. And let me see real fast if I can level. I might be able... I can probably level. Give me 2,000. Yeah, I should be fine. Should totally be able to level real fast. So I've got... I need 24,000. And I've got quite a bit of stuff on me. So let me just use all this real fast. But yeah, so this grace is basically just right above the forest that I was just in. And I thought that it was, like, that was kind of sitting in the back of my mind, but then once I came up in here, I was getting all turned around going, maybe I'm misremembering everything about this. But I think throughout this section of, like, these old palace ruins, or I think that's what they're called, right? Old palace ruins. I think that everything in this section in total, there's, like, there's maybe 3 graces throughout this section. Maybe there's only 2, but for some reason I think there might be 3. And there might be a cave somewhere in here too. Okay, I'm going to throw another one into strength, because I'm still kind of hoping to use that grafted dragon boss item. So that could be kind of cool. Alright, so that's going to wrap us for today. So we made it through a good section of stuff today. All this stuff down here, all of this. And tomorrow we'll maybe start to work our way up through Ruined Labyrinth. We also still have to work our way down here, though, towards the Academy Gate front. But I'm still thinking that I kind of want to keep working on all this, because we sort of hit a dead end here. Well, and it kind of allows us to wrap around behind Raya Lucaria. So we'll see. I'll just kind of go wherever my heart leads me. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you enjoyed it, I would highly appreciate it if you would leave a like, maybe a comment, and also hit subscribe. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.